Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 8th episode of the Random Ultimate Team series. If I sound a little bit under the weather, it's because I am, so apologise for that. Got a bit of like a chest infection coming on and whatnot. So, drinking a lot of water and hopefully won't last too long. Anyway, starting this episode off, getting rid of a few players that didn't sell and the ones that did sell. Going into a game here. This guy's got an all-English team. 3-4-3, not worried about it. He has got a lot of pace up front, but as I've said before, the flat midfield isn't really, it just doesn't seem to work too well. You want attacking mids, to support your strikers and defensive mids to come back and cover it. He also had John Terry and Lescott, who seem to be, especially Terry is a bit on the slow side. So, whenever I see like Terry or Ferdinand or something, you want to use your pace to try and exploit that. I also put in a few more, what do you call them, sort of like half chances and, near misses and all that stuff. Just because I didn't want it to, the episodes to just be basic goals and stuff and make it like really predictable. Pretty much, every time you see, a clip or whatever, it's just like, here's a goal or whatnot. So, let me know if you like that. If not, I will, I'll just cut the episodes down. But I figured I'd give it a bit of a longer episode this time because, as I said a couple of videos ago, been rather busy and I haven't really been putting out much content, so yeah, I apologise for that. But anyway, they had a few chances and Outovich missed would have been a really nice goal with that volley right at the start, but we managed to get the goal. Kaká find himself in a good position as always, does that repeatedly. And I actually had to go out and buy him on my main account for this hybrid team I made because I think he's great, and yeah, I would recommend using him. I used to use him on the last couple of games as a striker because he had a lot more pace. But on this game, you can get away with it a lot more having your like your cams and stuff not being as quick. I find that it's weird because like pace is a big deal. Like so, like the cam position seems to be one where they don't need to be too pacey. I'm guessing because it's sort of like they're either not going to be in the box because they're going to lay it off to a striker, or because these players like Kaká, Lampard, what have you, have really good long shots and work better outside the box. Which is kind of stupid because there are players such as, I know one like Xabi Alonso in the all games, like he could not finish inside the box, but from outside the box, he would just shoot from anywhere and go in. Like, it makes no sense. If you can shoot from 25 yards out, why can't you do it from like 6 yards out? It makes no sense, but that's FIFA for you. So we won that game 2-0. Not as a convincing scoreline as I would have hoped, but it was actually quite a comfortable victory. And he sent me a message afterwards saying good game. I wasn't sure if he was being sarcastic or not, so I didn't bother replying. So apologies to him if he was being genuine about it. People aren't really genuine on FIFA. They get quite angry. Anyway, so after that win, I figured I'd go out and buy the Middlesbrough badge since I'm a Middlesbrough fan. Because, when I'm editing these videos and that, I'm like, which team am I when I quickly look at it? Because, like, there I had a Napoli badge, but I seem to change my badge every time, like, I get one pretty much. So, I figured I would just stick to the Middlesbrough badge. Anyway, next game here, this guy's got a very nice team. Again, 4-4-1-1, not worried about it. Terry's up front. He is a good player, but at the same time, he's another one of them players that, despite being really good, don't seem to play as well. Or it's, the people using them, don't seem to know how to use them properly. Because I was saying to my friend Graham the other day, like, people that use like Tevez, Falcao, particularly, seem to use them like there's some kind of like pace demon, and they don't have that much pace to be trying to like burst past defenders. They've got like bit of strength, bit of flair. They need to be using that more than pace. But anyway, Kaká there scored a very nice goal. I thought I had to watch that again. And, it's 2-0 up at this moment. And this is the kind of team, like I say, where they've got such a good team. And when they're getting beaten like this, you kind of think, you should probably doing better with these teams. And that's, like, probably the main thing that I've taken away from this like, random ultimate team thing is that if you're a good player, you don't need to have good players, basically. It is annoying when you play against someone who's got like Casillas or something in the goal, and they pretty much are getting battered, but the keeper or the player, the striker, whatever position it is, that's like they're basically keeping them in the game rather than their own player's skill. or the person controlling them, I should say. But yeah, I guess enough of me sort of ranting about that. I hope that it's something to fix in the next game. They'll try and make it more about the player's skill, but then again, I guess there's not really much they can do about it. So yeah, I'm wasting my time anyway. Svine had a really good game here, surprisingly. I think I discarded him after this game, though. I might be a bit later on because yeah, he's really inconsistent. His left foot especially is atrocious. I know he isn't left-footed or anything, but yeah, he just didn't play very well for me there. Well, I mean, overall, in that game he was pretty good. But yeah, going into the market here, getting Aaron Ramsey, who is, he's a decent player. He's not really someone that I would have went out for and, be like, oh, I need Aaron Ramsey in my team. But I'll use him. It's more cover and whatnot, and, it's more BPL players. And here I'm going to get Jonathan from Inter Milan. I was just checking his stats there because I think it's Mariano from Bordeaux has 4-star skills, which is, pretty fun to play with at right back. But unfortunately, he has 2-star skills. But he does have a decent bit of pace, and we've got a couple of Brazilians and that in the team, so working out quite nicely. And this game here, this is probably the most frustrating game I've ever played, because this guy, like, I don't want to sound like arrogant or anything, but he was not that good. And you'll see, first goal he gets, quite lucky to get the deflection. The keepers in this game have absolutely no chance against deflections. I think it's probably a little bit too sort of, you'll see in real life, like, a keeper will save deflections because they will actually like alter the body or throw out a hand or something and will actually try and do it. But on this game, on the past couple of FIFAs, it's just sort of like, if it's a deflection, they'll just let it go in. And right there, David Alaba, injured as well, shooting from like 40 yards out, and it's somehow going in. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm just going to blame the snow, because snow seems to make everything retarded in this game. Actually, it was about 30 yards out, maybe 25. But yeah, it's ridiculous what some players can do and how the weather affects them. But Arnautovic bringing us back into the game, 48th minute in. So at this point, I was thinking, okay, it's 2-1 in the half, like second half, but early in the second half. We could easily get at least one more goal here. But unfortunately, you're going to see here, I have about, I don't know, 5 or 6, 7 good chances, and they all get wasted. That one there could do absolutely nothing about, because it switched to Arnautovic like as he was running it over the touchline, which is really annoying. And like these kind of shots here on other FIFAs would have flown in. Maybe I should be going for the near post, because going for the the far post doesn't seem to work as well in this game. But yeah, just one of them games where it's just not going my way. I'm fairly sure, like, I should have scored some of the other goals that I've scored in this episode and earlier episodes. Much harder chances, or stupid angles and that, and they just flown in. But these, it's just was not my day, and it was a very frustrating match to lose. As I said, he didn't play that well. His keeper pretty much won in the game basically, because, as I say, I mean, how is that not going in? When does a tramp like that not fly in the back of the net? I just feel, if it was the other way around, that would have just, bottom corner and whatnot. So 2-1 overall doesn't really matter, because a later episode I do pull it back a bit. But yeah, that was really frustrating. So it's gonna be in this episode. That is why I get rid of S5, because he was atrocious in that game. Going to bring back big bad Mark Oof. So, yep, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.